Right folks, welcome to this exciting video where once again we're joined by the channel DJ on this adventure, and today we've come out into this summer hilltop environment, and once again on this adventure, like the last one, we can see early monument in the distance there, and today we've come to look for an abandoned house out on this wild windy moor here in Scotland, and the purple heather's flowering all around and it's just crazy to see it. The landscapes we explore, it's just mind-blowing often to see the different landscapes. It's crazy the nature that's within them. It's got these unusual bits, it's like cement with water in them, but I'm thinking maybe the shooters stand here when they're shooting out on the estate. I'm not sure if it's something like that. Look at this folks, we've made it to this abandoned historical wonder hidden within this wild Scottish hilltop environment, and it's just an incredible view away down here. So we're just waiting to record the history. If places like this isn't open, like, we never go forcing our way in. We're just wanting to see if there's any history here of an old farm croft or whatever hidden on the hill here. And sometimes at these old farm crofts it tells a wee story of history in the glen. Maybe a wee family here would have had a few fields. You can see the last remains of that sometimes with the old dry stone dikes which lead around here. Look at this folks, this is the last remains of another bit of history on the hill here. Oh, there's like a lintel stone or something. Yeah, it looks like there's a proper house here, Okay, and this must be the older buildings at this side. Check this out folks, and within this nettle infested wilderness you can see there's marks on the wall where there's been something mounted. Maybe an old mill of some sort, like what we saw in the last video. I'm not sure if there's a water wheel pit or anything at this one. Sometimes they had a thing that was turned from the cows walking around. Look at this folks, this is a wee house way out here on the hill. This is the sort of thing that I love documenting on videos. It's often just like a wee nugget of history from a time gone by. Look, it's got shutters on the windows and stuff. Wow! Let's get in here and document this folks. I love finding stuff like this, and just look at the landscape we're in. It's crazy, every week we just find something that we've no seen before on the channel. And to the landowner and the house owner here, we come with the greatest respects. We're literally just document a little piece of Scottish history and then we're on our way. Yeah, it's a majestic scene with the heather hills and just there's the odd sheep kicking about, but there's just nothing. It's desolate, and just think about the view out the window over that. The people that might have lived here at one time. Let's check out and see what history remains, folks. Wow. Here we go, folks. Insane scenes once again. Wow, check this out. It's got proper wooden panelling. A place like this is maybe used by the shooters or the beaters nowadays when they're out shooting on this wild hill. Look at the old stove. Wow. I need to give the lens a clean there. I can see it blurring in the corner there, folks. Look at this, folks. I love seeing stuff like that. A crazy old stove, and look at this old fire. See, they're not all like this, the houses that we see. See, it's had a thing here that you could open, maybe for a flume on the chimney. And I believe this has been put in to support it because the top lintel stone is cracked. Wow, just look at this old hearth here, folks. It's the craziest of history. And look, see this iron piece here? This is what you hung the pot on above the fire. Most old houses would have that. And then I think you could fold it and then hinge the pot out from above the fire. That's so cool to see this, folks. This is what a lot of little Scottish houses were like. Kind of family would have stayed here. Maybe a gamekeeper or any estate worker. But now I believe it must be used by gamekeepers even now. Because look, you can see they've got some supplies up there. Probably when they're having a shandy or a whiskey after a long day shooting out in the wild weather. Sometimes even in the winter. They can be out and about. See, that door there's jammed, folks, but it looks like somebody's actually tried to kick it in. Whereas I think the hinge mechanism looks like it opens this way. See, there's old hooks and stuff. This is crazy. I can just imagine a family living in a place like this. They probably had the tilly lamp hung on the roof. Here, doesn't it look like they've had electricity? Here, I love the wood panelling on the walls. And look, it goes up to there.
I'm not trusting the stairs in there.
Nah. You can see the wooden lath there with the plaster on it as well. And just think what may have been stored on the shelves over the years. Wow. Wow, folks, check that out. Yeah, because look, somebody's tried to go up and look, their foot's gone through it. It's no safe, like. Super dangerous. Sometimes you just hate to play it cool when you're exploring history and you can when to draw the line. What's going on up there? How eerie is that though? Yeah, there's something over, oh there's a bag over that window. I'm so wanting to just like pop the camera up, but really, you can see it there, it's no safe. And you wouldn't want to fall right down and damage the internal wall. Nah, because I can hear it under my foot. You have to know how to read the land, folks, and you didn't want to destroy a house either by doing that. Because you didn't want to damage your property when you're exploring it. Oh, I've just seen the old latches and the way all the houses are finished with the wood. The farm I was in a couple of weeks ago, I literally started thinking it was a wooden house that I was in. Because they had so much wood internally. It's such a cool thing to see, like a wee bit of history on the hill. And imagine how it might have been formerly at one time. Oh look, this must be like a bedroom. It's had a wee coal fire as well. Look at that, the old blue mantelpiece. Wow. The little chimneys. History like this just blows my mind, folks. You can see, like up the stairs, it's probably completely rotten. Oh, the spider webs there. I was trying to get the door. There's like a wee cupboard under there. Oh, there's an old shoe in there, folks. That's what I was seeing. Yeah, I don't think it's worth trying to get it open, so I was just peeking in at the history. Here, that's some mad, like, 1960s looking mirror. See the shape of it? Crazy scenes once again on the video, folks. Look, the structure's been reinforced with this wooden internal frame. There's an old one of those cans with the classic ring pull. Brass door handles in each of these rooms. Yeah, wow, I love to see that. The old shutters. This is what Scottish houses had, folks. Before the days of curtains and that, and the windows were never like the best seal. So in the cold months and stuff, you would have these shutters, and then you seal them up, and the heat just stays in the house. Because you can imagine looking out your window and just seeing that crazy scene. Look, there is still some remains of the glass in the original frame. Smells a bit in here, a bit fusty, yeah. Smells like there's a dead animal or something under that floor right there. Yeah, and this fire here, look, it's been boarded up, which is unusual. Yeah, this room here's got a crazy, like, dead body smell in it. Maybe like a fox or something has dragged an old deer carcass under the floor.
It must be through that door that we can't get through.
Oh, aye. Some of these old houses might know how to toilet inside. Oh, aye, that must be one of the rooms. It just shows how devastated that, like, the floors are up there. But you can see how the wooden walls were up the stair at one time. They came down near the floor like a slope, and then they went straight down to the floor.
There's a room, but, oh, there's a door in there to get to the other room.
Yeah, the crazy upstairs section. Yeah, but it's been cool to see that. Here's the old front door line here. The last nugget of this history here, folks. What a crazy adventure this has been. Wow. So there you go, folks. I've just walked around and taken a couple of pictures inside this house. It's It's been amazing to document another wee house like that. The views out the windows up onto the hilltop. It's just incredible to see. In every angle, it's like a real deal wild abandoned Scotland, folks. And there's wee historical nuggets like this just hidden in the middle of it. Even little bits of the wallpaper right there. Wow, it's been just amazing to see. Look at the wallpaper up there. You can imagine it maybe in the 1950s or something, that somebody could have potentially been still living in here, but it doesn't even look like it's had electricity. So who would even know? Sometimes you got people that still lived with no electricity till late on in time. Wow, folks, so there we go. A crazy scene of history once again. We're right in the middle of it. And it's cool just every week documenting fresh things and fresh places and stuff like this just blows my mind. Now we'll go and take a look at these. There's another building around here and some more croft history on this hill. Look at the old stone slabs here which the floor's been made of. A lot of these houses were built with the stones which were available to them on the hill here. And it was probably just a simple cement render that they had. Wow, folks, just check out this. The wind's blowing down here, but what a scene it is. Oh, the old cross-cut saw, folks, check this out. What a crazy scene that is, folks. You can see my thumbnail is still black from getting crushed. That's what that is, folks. Check this saw out. 2 people would have used this, cross-cutting the tree back in the old days. Oh, it's an old grubber, I think. Or like a rake of some sort pulled behind the horse. I think these bits obviously went on the ground. And then the horse or whatever towed it along. See, there's a wee room here with a window that we couldn't get in for the house. Look at the wee chimney here. Yeah, look at this, folks. This is a wee section of the house here that we didn't get in. Because the door had been kicked in. Oh, there's a sink. Wow. I have to go in here, folks. Check this out. Document more history. Wow. This is crazy scenes. And look, there's old chemical toilet here. That's like what some of the old bunkers and stuff I've got that we used to see. This has obviously been the outhouse or the toilet. Wow, look, there's old lockers. Maybe for storing game birds or whatever if it's shooters. And this is the door here which had been kicked in from the other side. Yeah, this has maybe been just like a little storeroom or originally a porch into the house. Yeah, crazy scenes though, folks. It's always worth just documenting the history and seeing what little nuggets of history's left. See, this could have potentially been from the original times of the house, or it could have been brought here at a later time by gamekeepers and that. But it is cool to see. Yeah, there's nothing inside it, folks. An old basin. An old jerry can. And look at the neck of this roof right above my head, folks. Wild. And there's the last remains of this little window pane in here. Broken probably by the wild weather. Maybe a sheep scratching its head on it over the years. This is crazy, folks. We're just keeping this rolling here. I'm wanting to have a wee look in the back of this. It looks easier to navigate up this way. So I'm wanting to see in the back of this little farm shed. This must have been their shed, maybe they had animals and stuff. There's been a wee outside shed there as well. Maybe an original porch. And it's funny how there's a wee chimney there in the middle. That's for the bedroom fire. Okay, not a lot of those small houses had that. But it's cool to see. Wow, that has been cool to see though, folks. This has obviously been their buildings. I don't know if they would have had a mill or whatever, but sometimes it used to be turned by the cows and the shaft went in through the wall and then turned their mill to mill their grain or bruise their grain. That's how it's cool often just to have a wee look in and see if there's any history just hidden. You can see the wall there with the window, it's actually leaning out and it's cracked, so this can often be the last documentation of like history from a place like this, so it's cool to do the videos. Yeah, an unusual little stone bitty there with these two bits. See, this could be where the cow driven system could have been then, because there's like a circle on the ground. Yeah, well found. Yeah, that must have been where it came in, and then the mill must have been there, and that makes sense where those marks are on the wall. So there you go folks, more history uncovered at this farm croft. Shout out to the channel DJ there for spotting that. So you can imagine the cows standing there going round and round, just powering it. And that was like a free energy that they had. Some of them would have used their horse, but most of them just used a cow or whatever, and it just powered it around. That's what they did if they didn't have a water supply or a lead. Look at this folks, next to this abandoned farm, one of the old fires which must have come out of the house, and all this scrap. It's crazy. It was just a little detail we almost missed before we left here. A lot of those old houses had the cast iron fire surrounds like that. That maybe even came out of like the bedroom fire where the blue fireplace was. It looks like years of maybe like farm scrap and stuff that's been deposited there. And it looks like there's even been a wee window or something in the shed here. There's a proper lintel stone there. So that has been an amazing spot up here on the hill folks. Look at the house from here. It's a crazy scene out in this Scottish hilltop wilderness. It's been a cool adventure though. Thanks very much for watching. I'm going to end it here. Goodbye for me, goodbye for the channel DJ, and we'll catch you very soon in the next adventure.